peeps.
Hi guys, we are back. This is a little weird because Cameron can't stop looking in the opposite corner of the screen. Oh shoot, something is in my ear. Hi. Okay, hi guys, we're back. We just watched, well, yesterday we watched When They See Us, the Netflix special, and we decided that we were going to do a review and talk about it. I had mixed feelings on watching it with Cameron. Some people told me that he would be a little bit too young. The movie was like, really like, intense or whatever. But like, I knew Cameron is a pretty mature child. Doesn't look like it since he has these headphones on right now with no music. But
Don't mean nothing. I really for decoration.
okay, but let's just get into the series. So, it was what I expected. I was just a little worried about Cameron's reaction to it. How did you feel about When They See Us?
Let's see. It was sad, not fear, and more sad.
Sad, not fear, and more sad. What was sad about it?
The kids went to jail for no reason.
Could you speak up and stop talking like a baby?
The kids went to jail for no reason.
So how about you give them a recap on like what you thought about the movie? Like give them a run through of what the movie was like. Because I feel like I want him to explain what the movie was like because I feel like we have two different perspectives because he's young. He really doesn't like, he's really not accustomed to like the racial injustice that we face right now. He goes to a mixed school, like, so it's very important when like we watch the news together and like things happen in the world, I sit down and explain things to Cameron because I feel like sometimes I feel like he lives in a little bubble. Not that I keep things from him, but like, when we grow up in like rough environments, we try to make sure our kids don't experience the same things we experience. So with that, like, for instance, like Cameron goes to school far. Cameron goes to school in Park Slope. He's in school with like, different kids, different cultures, different races. So right now he really doesn't understand like a lot of things that are going on. He doesn't understand like, the whole race issue. So just tell us.
So what I think about the movie is...
Could you speak up and get
What
the
I
headphones?
think about the movie...
Sorry guys, I just want to, because this is bothering me.
No!
This is serious and you're playing. Sit up.
I know it's serious, but what?
All right, go ahead.
What I thought about the movie is that it was not fair. And
why was it not fair? Like, tell them about the movie. Tell them like what happened in the movie.
so it was not fair because the only thing the five boys did is go to the park. And they went to jail for just going to the park. They didn't do nothing.
They went to jail for just going to the park. Do you think why do you think they went to jail? Like it was other people in the park. Why do you think they were the ones that went to jail? Like they were young kids. Like why do you think they would even think that they would do those bad things to that lady? Like why would the police think they would do those bad things to the lady?
Because how they look.
How they look? What do you mean how they look?
How their skin color.
Skin color.
Because.
So what do you think skin color? What does skin color mean to you? Like what do you think? How do you think authority, I'm not going to say police, I'm just saying like authority, like people, other people that's not the same skin color view us that are the skin color?
I don't know.
You don't know? So why do you think they got in trouble? If it was because of their skin color?
Because...
Do you think they thought that... Could you sit up, please?
Huh?
Do you think that they probably think like the boys were bad because of their skin color? Think that? Yeah?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Do you think now, like in today, because that happened years ago, right? That happened like a long, long time ago. I explained to Cameron that this was based on a true story. That happened a long time ago. Do you think now? Do you think your skin color would matter now?
No.
No, not in this situation. So you think that that's just something that was unfortunate that happened long ago, where like the police were racist and you kind of think?
I think.
Okay. When you watch the movie, what do you think? Like, if you was in that position, what you would have done differently? Do you think you would have done anything differently?
Let's see. If I was
You gotta speak up.
if I was the oldest one, I would say I need to get because in the movie the oldest one just went with his friend to the police station and he got in trouble for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was the oldest one, I would say I would not go with my friend. I would go to his parents' house and say his son got taken by the police.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to talk to him. Come with me to the police station.
So instead of going with your friend, you would have just went. You would have just went and got your friend's mother. Okay, smart. So what if, let's say, what if you were one of the boys at the police station? The cops took at the police station. Say you went to the park that day, which don't play with me, Cameron. Say you went to the park that day, right? And say you witnessed that, and say you happen to be one of the boys, and the police got you. What would you do?
Oh.
In a police station. Say the police is trying to tell you that you was there, and you did those things to the lady.
I would stick to what I said.
Yeah, they were trying to stick to what they said. But you see, the police was still trying to make them like, oh, no, Cameron, you could do it. If you tell a lie, basically, if you admit that you did this crime, you could go home right now. Just say it. Just say it, Cameron.
No.
No? What do you think you would have did?
I would try or call my mother and a lawyer.
You would call your mother and the lawyer? Do you think it's smart to talk to any so let's say this. Would you even speak to them? Give a statement without me? Do you think that's smart? No. Mm-mm. What would you say? Because you have to, what you have to understand is, whatever you say, it has to be respectful still, because there's some pretty mean officers out there, and you have to know what you're talking about, right? So what would you say?
I have the right to remain silent.
You do have the right to remain silent, and what else? If you're a kid, who's the most important person there before you speak to anybody? Who's the most important that's supposed to be there? Two most important.
A lawyer and my mom.
And your mom. Your lawyer or your dad. I mean, mom
Parents.
probably smarter. But right, your parents, right?
Dad, if you're watching this, I didn't say that. He did. Blame her. Blame
Right.
her.
But your parents are very important, right? You don't even open that trap, right? So, of course, like I said, it's a different time and age. Like, I won't say Cameron lives in a bubble, but he really doesn't understand. Like, of course, like you see, he said now that, like, he doesn't think, like, his skin color matters in that situation. And I just feel like, raising a young black boy, it's sad to say, but I feel like experience will teach him that it's not true. Like, you know, it doesn't matter if you live in a hood. It doesn't matter if you live in a penthouse apartment. The odds are like really against you. And it's hard because I feel like he's 8, so you don't want to scare them. 8, 10, 12. You don't want to scare them, and you don't want them to hate white people or, you know, hate police or whatever like that. But you don't want them to also be naive. You know what I mean? And I feel like the more they, like, I try to tell him stuff and have these conversations with him because I feel like the more he knows, the more prepared and more ready he would be when he has, like, when he comes into certain situations. Like, I've been in situations where I know a lot of black people that don't interact with white people. So when they come across white people, or they come across, like, you know, police or whatever like that, they like straighten up, or they have to like change the way they talk, and like I don't know, their mannerisms change. Like, it's like a certain level of what I want to say, kind of like they're better, you know what I mean? So I always teach Cameron, like, he goes, like, I say it again, when he goes to a mixed race school, I always tell him, like, be you. You want to wear braids, you wear braids. You know what I mean? Like, my main thing is the way we talk. Like, you know, a lot of us black people, we have, we talk a little bit different. So I always tell Cameron that you don't change the way you talk. Like, I was a nanny for a couple of years or whatever, and I used to always have, like, my children, like, correct me, like, when I say certain things, because, like, to them it wasn't the proper way of saying things. I used to always tell them, like, my favorite line was, like, no, I talk with flavor. Like, I got a little seasoning on my language. That's why it sounds a little bit different than yours. But
She trying to add some bars.
I got bars. I definitely got bars.
I'm the only one who has bars in his family.
But it's really important to be unapologetically black. Like, I'm not changing the way I talk. I don't want him to change the way he talks, the way he looks, or whatever like that. Be you. And with being you, it's a lot of things that come with that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, like, people look at you different, and people, like, will, you know, treat you different. And watching this movie, like, I feel like he got it, but yet and still he feels like, you know, it's something in the past. And I feel like it's just a work in progress or whatever. And, like, you know, I'll find, like, guys, raising a young black boy is hard, okay? Being a black woman is hard, but raising a young black boy is hard. So, I mean, if you have any suggestions about, like, you know, how I can kind of, like, keep introducing, I don't know if I should say keep introducing, but, you know, kind of like keep this conversation going so he understands, like, you know, how hard it's going to be for him. I don't know if that's, like, the right thing to say, but yeah, guys, just help me out a little bit.
Hey, can I
Whatever.
speak about the movie?
Okay, you can speak. He wants to say something.
Okay, so the oldest one he was only like 16, and then he went to adult jail, and all the other young ones went to kid jail.
Right. So he doesn't understand, like, once you're 16, you're with the big boys. So he went to the jail and was separated with from the other kids, right? So Cameron, like, from the movie, you see that he had a lot rough. You know what I mean? So I guess the movie probably showed you could be doing the right thing, right? What did you could be doing the right thing, and things just happen, and you get into these bad situations. But what's something, I'm not saying they didn't do it, but what's something that, if you was in that situation, right? God forbid, please, Lord, don't ever put them in this situation. But if you was in that situation, what would you do? What's the number one thing you would do in jail? Who could help you in jail? Who's the only person in the world that can help you?
God.
God. Isn't that the person you need to be calling on? Right? He will help you through them tough days. But God helps us through these days now, right? So we got to keep him close. Because the odds is definitely against us. So in a nutshell, how did you feel about this movie, Cameron?
Let's see. Sad.
It was sad. Yes, it was sad.
A little bit happy at the end.
A little bit happy at the end.
Like a drop of salt at the end.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like you say?
Like the Migos chips with a dab of ranch. Like at the end, the dab of ranch.
What was the dab?
The dab was that at the end of the movie, the guy who did it, the guy who really did the crime, he was in the same prison as the guy who was paying for his crimes. So then he told the guy that he was paying for his crimes, and then he told the police what he really did. And then they all got out of jail. Wait, some of them was already out of jail already. But the oldest one got out of jail. They gave them all like $6 million because the four ones, the young ones was in jail for like 6 years. They gave them all like $6 million, but the oldest one was in jail for like 13 years, so they gave him $13 million. And yeah, that's the, I guess, happy part, whatever you want to call it.
I guess, right? But that still doesn't take away like the time they spent. Take away from the time they spent in jail. I mean, it's a lot of money, but still. So does this change your... So here's another question. How do you feel about the police after watching the movie? Does it change how you feel about the police, or do you think it's some good cops, some bad cops? Like, how do you feel about the police?
Some good cops, some bad.
Some good cops, some bad cops?
Mostly bad.
Mostly bad, you think? I don't know. But what's the most important thing? We have to know how to deal with police when we interact with them, right?
With respect.
So, with respect, make sure we deal with them with respect. Do we run? We never run, right? We never run from the police. We never resist arrest, right? We never resist arrest.
That'll make it worse.
It makes it worse, right? So when a police stops you, what's the first thing you do?
Hands up.
Hands up. They have to see your hands, right? It's important for them to see your hands. Right? If you get brung to the police station, let's say you're underage. Let's say you're underage and you get brung to the police station. Are you answering any questions?
No. Not without you.
Not without your mother. Not without your... Let's say you're of age. Are you answering any questions if you're an adult? Who you need?
A lawyer.
What?
A lawyer.
A lawyer. Yes, sir. So that concludes our When They See Us review. That was a lot of pressure?
No, that was more than we usually say.
It was. Because we was doing a review on the
Now,
series.
As we further come back, let me get these babies back. She said they love me. I tell her one party. I only in my bed and I'm not sorry.
Really? Oh, all right. I guess that was our cue. It's time to go. Thanks for checking in with us. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really, Cameron? Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe.